What up, Muck community? Wereforce back at it, taking a look at the team of the weeks for this week. A day late, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at them anyways. First up, we got Chris Thompson, running back for the Redskins. I think he's settling right now at about 8,000. This is about 130 on Tuesday, so let's take a look at his stats. 93 speed, 94 excel, 91 agility, good combo there, but that 86 carry and the 66 truck, not someone I would particularly place on my team, but that 93 elusive, it's going to be a good budget back. If you got the coin suspended and you're looking to run a Golds team, this is a guy you might want to think about throwing on your team. Next up, we got John Simmons, settling at about 7,700 coins. Left outside linebackers, no defense chemistry. He had 88 speed, 80 strength, 91 excel. Got 88 block shed, 94 pursuit. He's going to be pretty good coming off the left edge in a 3-4 scheme. Not what I run. I run a 4-3, so I won't be looking at this guy, but if you're looking for another budget player, I mean, he's going to be good for you. So, 6'2", take a look at him. 90 hit power as well. So that's pretty good for a gold card. Okay, up next we got Antoine Blake, cornerback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man defense chemistry. He's got 95 speed, 95 excel. Nice speed there, but 88 agility. And man coverage is going to be at 91. So it's another budget player. I mean, all these golds are obviously budget players. He'll fit into a man scheme if that's what you're running and you don't have a high overall team. You don't have the coins to spend on somebody. If you have a man chemistry, it'll get that nice boost from it. I don't know exactly how that works. I think if it's over 60 or 70, that's when you start getting plus 4 or 5. So, I mean, if you're that high, you're looking at a 94 or 95 man coverage. And lastly, in the gold categories, where we have Niall Davis. He had a great game. That kickoff is what everyone's talking about, that return. That's probably what got him that 95 speed and 95 excel. This is a guy you could play sparingly out there for you. That 81 carry is scaring the daylights out of me. I don't really like that. But the 92 truck and the decent juke move, I mean, that's someone you could put on kick return, and he'll be serviceable for you, but you probably don't want to play him in the backfield too much. Probably I would equate him to a Dree Archer, where the carrying stats look scary, but it actually turns out not being as scary as you might think. So settling at about 11,000 coins or so. Now, bumping up to the elite guys, we're starting off with Trey Wayans, and he has a 95 speed, 93 excel, and 89 agility. So he's pretty close to that Antoine Blake card we were looking at in those stats. 88 man coverage and 91 zone. So you're probably going to want him for the decent combination of those two and the good press and decent play rec. And catch isn't too bad either. So this is definitely a step up from that Antoine Blake. But if you're running your Stephon Gilmore's or even your Ronald Darby, those guys are, I believe, a little bit better outside of the speed itself. But it's not all about speed, especially this year. But that 6 foot and some of those combinations, this is going to be a high tier budget player, especially 42,000. I wouldn't pay that for this guy right now. All right, up next we got Mike Neal. That guy had that huge strip sack in that game against Kirk Cousins. That was one of the plays I actually got to see live. This guy was all over the field. They couldn't stop this guy. He's got 80 speed, 93 excel, 88 block shed, and 93 play rec and 92 pursuit. Decent hit power and good tackling. So he's going to be a good option. You probably can sub him in there on, your pass downs with that decent speed and excel. If you have, some of those other guys in there, the higher tier guys, you're probably not going to want to play him in there. I doubt he has good zone. Actually, let's take a look real quick. That's my bad. Let's see. 36 catch, that's terrible. 76 jump zone, that's decent, but with that 36 catch, I mean, he's going to basically be your pass rusher. So you put him in on the passing downs if you really need someone coming off that right edge. Okay, next up we got Devontae Adams. Had a pretty good game, some big catches in that game. Randall Cobb coming up okay in that game, but I think it looked like Devontae Adams was the guy that game. Let's see here, 92 speed, 93 catch, 78 elusive, 95 spec. That's a good combination right there. Not the elusive so much, but with an 87 release and an 83 route running. She's not going to be someone that's going to beat some of those high tier receivers, especially if they're playing man. So he looks like he's going to be, some posts, some streaks, things like that. He has decent catch in traffic and pretty good jump. So, I mean, he'll be decent, but if you got I don't know, even probably Martavis Bryant, or if you have a Amari Cooper who's going for the same coins as the same height, is faster and has better stats overall, I would take the Amari Cooper far over this guy. And lastly, in these set players, we have Ray Maluga. That was an interesting game to say the least. That's what everyone's talking about right now. This guy's got 85 speed, 89 awareness, 87 block shed, 88 play rec. He's got a decent combination, especially for a middle linebacker. I mean, this is going to be another guy that, I mean, it's really going to come down to scheme and what you want to play. He has decent zone coverage, so I mean, he can definitely go in there and play in that zone. But anything other than that, especially with an 85 speed, you probably don't want him in there too much unless you're pretty confident it's going to be a running down, especially with that 87 block shed. You guys can get, even that Ryan Shazier, if you're going to use your middle linebacker, the RTTP one, you can go ahead and throw him in there, and you're probably going to be safe with him if you're looking for probably a similarly closely priced guy, especially with the new one out, which we're going to take a look at in a second. All right. First up, we have the 24-hour limited card, the J.J. Watt halfback. I'm just going to say what everyone's saying, and it's exactly what I have on my mind. I don't understand why he needed this card. The promo's over for the out-of-position players, and the fact that, as everybody knows, he had -1 yard, I don't understand where a 90 overall halfback came for this card. Let me know down below what you think about EA's love affair with some of these types of players, the guys that they just can't stop making cards for. I mean, it's a little bit annoying. I mean, look at the guy. He has 87 speed, 98 carry, 97 excel, and 97 truck. And he had -1 yards. I mean, I don't understand where the stats came from, but they really like J.J. Watt. So that's where I'm assuming they're getting this from. Especially at 150,000 coins. Unless you're really strapped at running back or fullback. I mean, the fullback is probably where you might play him. But what I've heard is his run block is terrible, so I don't know what you would want to do with him out there. So that would be a pass for me. I can't really see a situation where anyone would need him. So, it's up to you if you really need a J.J. Watt. If you're a Texans fan, you want to throw him in there, by all means, go ahead and get your J.J. Watt. All right, now we got the crown of this week's Team of the Week. Ryan Shazier, 94 overall, Zone D and Run Stuff chemistries. This guy had a great game. And I think this is also a little bit of the love affair they have with some of these players. They're trying to sell packs, so they throw these guys in here. But I think Shazier, Josh Norman, they're legitimate. They deserve the cards that they get. And they're the type of guys that I think are going to be, those high overalls going into the future next year, 17, 18. They're just going to continue to progress, and they're going to get these beastly cards. So let's take a look at this guy. 94 speed. I mean, that's better than most receivers out there. So that's pretty crazy. This guy's going to be a user beast. The 78 zone coverage, the 95 hit power, with that speed, and probably what I assume the Excellus guy's got, that hit power is going to be deadly. So, especially with some good users, which I'm far from it, this is going to be a player that is going to be out there and be lurking and absolutely lighting people up. The 92 block shed, 86 play rec, and the 95 pursuit, 95 tackle. I mean, there's really no fault to this guy other than the zone and the man. But if you're going to use her and you love to use your middle linebacker, he's going to be a guy you need to get on your squad. But I don't think I would pay that 550,000 or so coins that he's going for right now, a $500,000 for this guy. You can probably get away with that RTTP one I was mentioning earlier if you really, really need him, because you don't want to invest 500,000 coins on your middle linebacker, I don't think. Especially when you got guys like Michael Kendricks and Eric Kendricks who are serviceable speed-wise in the middle. You can get coverage guys like Brandon Marshall for way cheaper than this. So this is a guy I would wait for, but I fear he's going to end up with Khalil Mack syndrome, where he's going to sit around that 400-500K. And unless you have the coins and you really want Ryan Shazier and you're a Steelers fan, it's going to be hard to justify this. Unless you can go ahead and get the collectibles for it. And I'm going to assume that Team of the Week collectible is going for some serious coins right now. So that might be a guy that I would shy away from right now, but definitely a guy I'd want on my team in the future, especially when I get better at using in the middle of the field. All right, guys, and last time I was telling you we had a surprise upgrade for our team at the cornerback position. It's going to be the legend Charles Woodson playoff edition at cornerback. So we're going to go ahead and insert him onto our team. So let's add this last collectible to the set. And let's take a look at this guy's stats real quick. I remember this. They had a similar one, I believe. It was Madden 25. It was like the year they had Champ Bailey on it too. So I had him on the squad then. I believe it was a 99 overall. I had him on the squad for most of the year. So let's take a look. 95 speed, 95 excel. Great agility, great man, great zone coverage, great press. I mean, he's got everything. He's going to be a guy that you can have out there at all times. Obviously, probably doesn't help too much in the run game, but I mean, outside of Night Train Lane and probably that's probably really it. That's going to help and really come up and make a difference from the cornerback position. And other than maybe Charles Tillman, he's pretty decent, but with the block shit. But I mean, this is going to be a guy that I'm really excited about. Let's compare him real quick to Patrick Peterson. I mean, when you first glance, they look similar, but that good blend of man coverage and zone coverage, especially with a man scheme and man chemistry, that's gonna boost his man coverage to somewhere where I feel comfortable having him out there at all times, and maybe put him at our number one corner, and put DRC at 2, and potentially Peterson in the slot. I don't know what we're gonna do with Verrett at that point, but maybe he'll be part of the giveaway then. But so yeah, he looks like a great addition to the team. Can't wait to get him out there and have you guys take a look at him. So yeah, thanks guys. We're gonna end the video here. Again, subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Drop a like if you like it. Obviously, we're gonna keep this up. This is WIildForce. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.